Hey everyone, Derek here from Brainerd Farmette. Gonna take a minute to tell you a little about the average chicken chores on any given weekend here at the Farmette. I just wanted to take a second to show you all, the glory of the Farmette chores, or at least some of them. We get questions from time to time about the gear that we use for the chickens and what the upkeep is and maintenance is for keeping chickens. In particular, it seems to be a very hot topic and growing trend. So that said, I wanted to show you what we have. We have 2 Omelet Eglu coops with 12-foot runs. And that way we can actually, and we do this, especially during the spring and summer, they come with wheels that you can just pop down with your foot, right? We walk to the front of the coop here. And what's nice is you can actually move the coop. Okay, so I'm gonna do that real quick. We try to rotate them through the rows in a long enough rotation that the grass has time to recover, because they really do. If you've ever had chickens or know anything about them, they really do lay waste to grass and stuff pretty quickly. They like to scratch and pick and do all that sort of stuff. So good morning, everybody. Okay, so we do move the coop every single day. This Eglu omelet coop is the largest size that you can get. I'd say it comfortably fits 4 medium-sized birds. We, in our other omelet coop, have 6 medium-sized birds, and they're doing okay. But I would say if you're thinking about like how many per, for this coop, if this is a coop that you're looking at getting, I'd say 4 to 6 tops. Any more than that, they start to get real cramped in there at night. So I'll just show you. So every day we move them, every day we feed and water them. We just make sure that they have enough food in their handy dandy little food container here. You see they can actually reach up in there and grab the food. And then their water dish here is fillable. And you know what? We do have to every day make sure that we come out and give them fresh water. That is one of the downsides of this system, and the fact that we have to move them every single day. We don't have a stationary water solution for the chickens like we do with the pigs. With the pigs, we just have a 50-gallon drum with some pig nipples that we can fill up once a week, and they go out and they drink from that. With the chickens, you could definitely do a gravity feeder, but you would have to try to get into the run every day, pick it up, move it, and it kind of becomes a pain in the butt. So we just bring a bucket of water out to the chickens every day, and that is what it is. Okay, so that's everyday chores for the chickens. Not too crazy, right? We also obviously get to harvest their eggs, right? The whole reason that we do this. Okay, we do that by opening up the side of the omelet here, and you can see there is an area where they can sit and lay. Now these girls are not laying yet. They are probably still a good month out from doing that. These ones, the other ones are laying, but if you open up the back of the omelet, this is what you see. This is this is where they sleep. This is their roosting paddock. The frame here is built in a way that they can roost on it like they would in a wooden coop up high. So they like that. But what's beautiful about this system is this roosting bar is, obviously you can pull it right out. It's plastic. So super easy to clean, which is huge. And then about once a week, this is the chores that we do on the weekends. We come out, we grab their bedding tray, we pull that on out, and we empty the bedding. Now you can compost that, you can throw it away, you can use it for, some of it we can use in the smoker for the bees. And then we just add new bedding. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, easy peasy. So fresh bedding in there. People say, well, what do you use? We use these Straight ahead, premium pine shavings from Tractor Supply. No big deal. We grab a couple bags of those at a time every time we go to Tractor Supply, and they seem to be doing pretty well because they're not sitting right in the bedding. So the big complaint about the pine shavings is that they're dusty, right? They can cause some respiratory issues if they're really messing around in there. We haven't had any respiratory issues in our 2 to 3 years of keeping chickens because they're not really laying in the pine shavings. That's underneath the roosting bars. So in the summer, one of the extra things that we do, especially now when it's springtime, sorry, I'm kind of all over here with the camera. Especially in the springtime when the flies are getting crazy, I throw in a handful of this diatomaceous earth. And again, I think we ordered this on just on Amazon. This is Chores diatomaceous earth, food grade. It's important to be food grade so it's non-harmful. And diatomaceous earth is ground freshwater diatomaceous earth, fossil shell flour. You say, well, why do you use it? Well, it actually deters the flies, which, you know, living in the country can be a big issue in the springtime when it's getting warmer out. So all I do with this is just grab a little handful of it. I know there's a little squirter in there you can use. I just put on my protective gloves, grab a handful, and I sprinkle it around in there in the bedding so that it does deter the flies. And I've seen this I've seen this work wonders. It really does a good job of kind of keeping down the flies inside the coop, which we know can be not fun for the chickens. It can lead to some issues. And it's certainly not fun for us whenever we open up the coop to go and get the eggs to see a bunch of flies in there, right? Who wants that? Okay, so bedding changed, eggs collected, fed and watered. All that really on a given weekend will take 5 minutes per coop. We have 2 coops, so really not a big deal. You know, the bigger process is getting everything ready and just driving out to the coops to do the chores. So the chickens are happy. They're eating, they're drinking, they're running around, they're pecking at the grass. A lot of their diet's going to be from the actual bugs and from the stuff that's in the dirt. But we do feed them additionally this. Now these girls are still on this organic chick starter and grower. That's Nature's Best brand. Again, from Tractor Supply. Our older chickens who are already laying and have been laying for a few years, they're on the organic egg layer crumbles. And again, Nature's Best. We just found that this is they get used to it. It doesn't cause any large digestive issues or anything like that. So we like that brand. We get it when we can. So again, diatomaceous earth, food crumbles or pellets. You know, they say in the warmer weather, the crumbles are better or easier for them to eat and digest. The pellets can be just a little bit more effort, right? They're bigger. So we do try to stick to the crumbles in a really hot day and really warmer weather. But at the end of the day, I don't think they care. So, so those are the chores for the chicken coops. And like I said, literally takes 5 to 10 minutes per coop to just make sure that they have a nice, clean living space and fresh grass to just have fun on every single day. Good morning. We're happy. Yeah. Well, I have you here. Show you a couple more cool features of this coop system. We've never had a predator issue with these coops. We had the chickens over the winter, overwintering in that kind of greenhouse structure back there. We had obviously greenhouse plastic over the top of it, and we did have a predator get in there and grab half the flock, which was sad. With these omelet coops, once they're in here for the summer, they are really well protected. As you can see, the run is this cage that's all clipped together, and there's really no gaps in the cage that a predator could fit through. And what's even better is this has a skirt that actually is flush to the ground around the entire perimeter of the run, which would prevent any sort of digging predators from really having a good shot of getting in there. We have never had a predator issue with our omelet coops. So in general, and we've had these now for a few years. in general, I think they are worth the money in that regard, in terms of, especially with building supplies being so expensive the way they are now. You know, they're worth the money in terms of the security and the overall stability of the structure. I have had to go through and kind of re-clip the cage once a year, just to make sure that it's still, again, not many gaps. There's no panels kind of that are loose that a predator could fit through. The other thing that we did with our omelet coops that I think really saves us a lot of time and energy is, now with the coops, as you can see, they can climb up the ladder. They can go right in this door, and you can close and open this door with this little handle that pops up and then rotates. So that's super easy. But for a long time, we were doing that every single night, where we had to go out and close the coop door when they were all in there. Again, to just an added protection from predators. So what we ended up doing was we did go ahead and invest in these timer panels. And so these panels will simply, you can set a timer, or you can set them to follow the sun. So once it gets dark, they'll close. But they are automatic door opener and closers. If a chicken is in the door and it does sense an obstruction, then it will absolutely open back up. Okay, but as you can see, so we have ours set at like 4 a.m. and 9 p.m. We've had them set like that for the last year. And so 4 a.m. in the morning, those doors open up. The chickens can get up with the sunrise. 9 p.m. Now they're all usually putting themselves in there to bed by 7 or 8. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes a chicken or 2 or 3 will just sleep outside, and they're fine with that. And it's not really a big deal because they are protected by the rest of the cage. But those timer doors have been really, really cool and really, really helpful. So I just wanted to show you that while I had us looking at the omelet coop. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully that was a helpful tutorial on our average chicken chores on any given weekend here at the Farmette. If you like this video, please go ahead and click like and subscribe, and we'll keep some fresh content coming your way. Thanks everyone. Enjoy that Farmette life.